So I'm wrapping today's videos with what Donald Trump started the day with over at Fox News. He's on with the idiots at Fox News, the Steve Doocy and the beady-eyed Brian Kilmeade, and the what about the majority? I'm so sick of taking care of the minority, of protecting the minority, Ainsley Earhardt.
I do want to say that it is because we protect the rights of the minority, and listen, we have separation of church and state in this country.
What about the majority?
Okay, the majority.
I'm so tired of protecting the minority. What about the majority?
Okay, the majority.
I'm so tired of protecting the minority.
I never want to miss a moment to drop that particular clip, that particular nugget on the American people to remind you who Ainsley Earhardt is at her core. Now, they're interviewing Donald Trump about his debate performance last night, which, of course, Donald Trump, no surprise, he believes he won, but also it was rigged. And also, ABC should have their license removed and revoked from them. And that, obviously that's something he's going to set his attention to once he's president again. Retribution, revenge. And then we're going to get to whether or not he is going to debate again. He did drop a hint about it when he walked into Spin Alley in the video I just did subsequent to this. I don't know what time it's going to post, but the one just an hour before this where he says, I don't know if I'm going to debate again. He made it more concrete, though, and we're going to get to that. But first, here he is. He won, but also it was rigged.
Mr. President, how do you feel about the night? 105 minutes long. You've done this before. I think it's your eighth one. What is your review of your performance?
Well, I looked at the poll numbers. I listened to Harold Ford. I don't know what he was watching because I think he wasn't watching the debate that I was in yesterday. I think we did great. It was 3-1. It was a rigged deal, as I assumed it would be, because when you looked at the fact that they were correcting everything and not correcting with her, and we knew it when it was 100% good coverage for her over the last month or last year. I looked at it, and only bad coverage of me, no matter what. The press is so dishonest in this country, it's amazing. Now, I didn't mind because, frankly, I was pretty sure that's what they would do. CNN was much more honorable. The debate we had with Biden was a much more honorably run debate. But this was incredible. I mean, everything, so many things I said were debunked, totally debunked, like Charlottesville. I have a list of 7 different things. And she could say anything she wanted, every time I spoke, and my stuff was right, they'd correct you. I thought it was terrible from the standpoint of ABC. They're the most dishonest, in my opinion, the most dishonest news organization. And that's saying a lot because they're all essentially really dishonest. But I thought I did a great job. It was 3-on-1. And I thought I did a great job.
Difficult to make it all make sense with Donald Trump. I don't think that's the goal, though. He's not trying to convince you, a rational thinking person. He's trying to cement the cult that he won. Let them know, no, cult members, have no fear. The dear leader vanquished his enemy. And how do you convince the cult that that is true? Well, you spout conspiracy theories and you say, yes, I won. Yes, it was rigged. And how was it rigged? Kamala Harris got the answers before the debate, as though it's a history quiz, a multiple choice history quiz, and there are right and wrong answers, and not just opinion-based policy measures that they propose they will put forward if they do indeed win the presidency. Here he is floating this conspiracy theory. Again, he won, but there's all these other reasons why he would give if he lost. But don't worry, he did win.
Kamala doesn't do any shows. She doesn't do interviews. She doesn't talk to people. She doesn't do anything like that. And that's not fair to the public because they don't know what they're getting. But they saw last night what they had. They had a rigged show with somebody that maybe even had the answers. I mean, I'll be honest. I watched her talk, and I said, she seems awfully familiar with the questions, and you get pretty good at that stuff after a while. But when I saw how totally rigged that was, I take a look at it, and I watch, and I say, you have to get out there. And one of the things I did is I said, let's do this show at, what time is it, 6:30 in the morning. and it's an honor to do it. But you have to go out and you have to do the shows. You have to go out and do media. And some of the media is honest. It's not all dishonest. That's the good news. But much of it is. I'd say it's close to 80%. And I mean seriously dishonest.
Yeah, Kamala Harris got the answers to the questions. She got the answers that she would have given about what her positions are. Those answers. Didn't she already have those because they're her plans, Donald? Now, it wouldn't be a Donald Trump foray into debate if he didn't threaten someone's license. And that is exactly what he did here. Again, leaning into the retribution and the grievance campaign that we've witnessed since January 6, 2021, when he dispatched a violent mob to the United States Capitol to attempt to overthrow the United States government as a bid to stay in power, as a bid to overturn a free and fair, settled American election. The same thing we've witnessed. Here he is threatening ABC with their license if indeed he is elected president again, because again, he won, but also it's rigged and he's going to take away their license.
Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
And the bloodbath, you were talking about the economy. It's a term that's used a lot when people are talking about a bad economy. What's your reaction to why didn't the moderators correct her?
Because they're dishonest, and because I think ABC took a big hit last night. I mean, to be honest, they're a news organization. They have to be licensed to do it. They ought to take away their license for the way they did that. Bloodbath was referring to the economy. Everybody loved the term because as soon as they heard the word, it's sort of a vicious word. But referring to the economy, they have created an economy. Bloodbath was the word that I used. And it was fine in that context. And they were trying to make it sound like there was a riot or something, and it was a bloodbath. IVF, I was a leader on IVF, the IVF, which is fertilization. I was a total leader on that. When I first heard about it, like right from the beginning, I was one of the leaders on it, and the Republican Party has been a leader on it. She tried to say it was just the opposite.
Classic Donald Trump. Classic authoritarian. Classic dipshit. Now, if you were to ask Republicans who's going to want another debate and who's going to bow out of the debate, if you ask Mike Collins, who tweeted this gem, these people, it's like they don't know who Donald Trump is. They just fire off a tweet as though Donald Trump's not going to back out of the next debate after getting absolutely shellacked by Kamala Harris. He tweeted this: "You want to know who won? Find out who refuses to do a second debate." Maybe we should cut in the SpongeBob. A few moments later.
A few moments later.
Right.
So, Mr. President,
I don't know that I want to do another debate.
Right. So you do right at the end, as I was interrupting. So you don't know if you want to do another debate. It sounds like you're a no.
Well, I'd be less inclined to, because we had a great night. We won the debate. We had a terrible network. I think they were terrible. They should be embarrassed. I mean, they kept correcting me, and what I said was largely right, or I hope it was right. But what they said was absolutely wrong. The other, what she said, and they refused to correct. I even complained a couple of times. Why aren't you correcting them? Mm-hmm. Look, they should have corrected 6 or 7 times. She told an outright lie. Another one is Project 2025. They know it has nothing to do with me. She mentioned it all night long, and they refused to correct it. And everybody, I have nothing to do with Project 2025.
Okay. I will just one thing.
But I am not inclined to do it because I won the debate by a lot. But I think we let it settle in and let's see what happens.
So Donald Trump, why would I debate again? I already won this one. What? So you won, but it was rigged. You won, but you want to remove ABC's license from them, even though they created the atmosphere for which you won. And then you won, but you also, I don't want to debate again. Why would I want to win? I won so decisively and I crushed Kamala Harris so much in this one. Why would I want to do that again? I thought you would love to, we were going to be sick and tired of winning, Donald Trump. Wouldn't you want us to witness your prowess in debating? Again, absolute nonsense and detachment from reality. This is lunatic territory, is what this is. What do you think? I guess. You can comment below. You can also call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. Please consider helping me make these videos, help me produce these videos, this content. You can click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I'm on social media if you're there. Don't go signing up to follow me on social media. That's terrible. I'm at Dollemore everywhere on the TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and all of them. Threads. Spending more time on Threads, less time on Twitter. Nazi shit, right? Anyway, I love and appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.